back here and we're ready to move on to the flap section. So as you can see here, I got the wing out. I've removed the area where the servo is going to sit, which was held there by tape. So go ahead and remove the tape here. The section fits right into the slot. There's going to be some wooden blocks that's going to hold the servo in place. I'm going to go ahead and screw the servo blocks in before I epoxy the servo to this area and insert it. The flap area slides right out. You can see, you can barely see where the flap is missing from right there. But we also have C8 hinges. It's going to be C8 right there. Go ahead and remove those. So what I'm going to do first here is insert the servo in here so I get a straight line here of where the servo is going to sit. So as you can see here, this is the actual area that I've removed here, which sits in here like this. And you can lightly see there where the servo arm is going to come out of, which is already pre-cut for you. So I'm going to go ahead and use the X-Acto knife and cut this out nice and smooth so the servo arm will come up out of it. And the holes here are already pre-drilled for you for when you lock this in place. So let me go ahead and use the X-Acto knife and cut this section out here. So as you can see here, I have the servo sitting on a wood piece that's going to go inside the wing, and the servo that's going to control the flap here. Have the epoxy area here where the epoxy is going to sit right there. As you can see, the epoxy's on there and it's going to be drying here. So we'll let the epoxy go ahead and dry. Okay, so the epoxy's finished drying on the servo and the blocks. So we're going to insert this right into the section of the wing where it goes. As you can see, the servo arm sticking out there. So now basically what I'm going to do is line this flap up here and locate exactly where I will put the push on. So you can see here, I've already inserted the clevis here, and as you can see, the screws are hanging out very far to let the flap sit flush in the spot it should be sitting at. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is snip these off as close as possible as I can. Be careful of your eyes. These things do tend to pop wherever. But I need to get them close as possible so it's flush there. So now I'll slide it in here, get it a little closer for you. We'll slide these little hinges in here. Make sure we get a nice tight fit. I've already CA'd this side of the hinge. And that's how it goes, and you see how it's flush right there. So the flap is flush and sits right there, and you don't have to try to get all the way in here to cut, because that second screw is very far back there for you to try to get in there and try to cut it after you install it this way. Me myself, I don't have the biggest fingers, but I can't possibly get in there without scratching this or bending it. So I'll go ahead and add my CA here. Push it in again just a little bit here. Make sure my edge here is flush with the wing. So I'll just go ahead and put some CA here. Slide it into place. And there we have it. One flap done. So we'll go ahead and add a dab of CA here on the corners here, just to know that we have this thing locked in place. Pulling our wire all the way through here. And it's just going to sit just like this. We'll grab our little screws we have here that comes with the hardware. There's 4 of them. You can easily just poke and almost see where the screw should go at inside here. There we have it. One flap install. I'll be go ahead and installing the other ones without you guys seeing. Basically just follow the same step I've just done. We got the servo here, and we got the rod that's going to go here, that's going to operate the flap here. The flap is now installed. So what you guys have just seen was me install the flap section, and now you got a better idea of why I said don't go ahead and install it yet. There was a few good tips there for you guys to see. So now I'll be installing the aileron servo and hooking up the linkage here, running our wires through here. So that will be my next video. Will be the installing of the ailerons, and then we'll have a test to see how the elevator, the rudder, ailerons, flaps work out.